Hello everyone, today we are breaking down the episode 8 trailer for House of the Dragon Season 2. But before that, remember to like the video, it helps out the channel a lot, and subscribe, and yada yada yada, let's get to it. The first thing we see is Dragonstone. Mysaria and Rhaenyra are speaking with one another while Hugh Hammer and Ulf the White fly around on their dragons in the background. In episode 7, Hugh claimed Vermithor, the second largest dragon in the show, and Ulf claimed Silverwing, the third largest. This will greatly improve the Blacks' chances of winning the war. Before, they only had one dragon that could match Vhagar, Caraxes, and even then, it's still a lot smaller. Now they have at least 3 dragons that can put up a fight. In the next shot, we see armies marching to war. The Lannister forces head toward the Riverlands to deal with the River Lords that Daemon has finally got to declare for Rhaenyra. We then see the Stark forces crossing the Twins, the seat of House Frey. So the Freys and the Starks will be marching towards Harrenhal to meet up with Daemon to combine their strength. We then see the Hightower army marching from Old Town, so they are heading towards King's Landing. We see Daemon Targaryen riding his dragon Tessarion overhead. In episode 7, we found out that Tessarion can now carry a rider, which will be helpful for the Greens. Now, Tessarion is a fairly young dragon and won't be able to compete against Vermithor or even Syrax for that matter, but if they face an army without a dragon, well, a dragon is better than no dragon, so. During these sequences, we hear Sir Criston Cole speaking about dragons to his fellow soldiers. He says, "The dragons dance, and men are like dust under their feet. We march now toward our annihilation." So the Battle of Rook's Rest did something to Criston. It made him realize how small and insignificant he is. He could create the perfect battle plan, and it doesn't matter if the other side has a dragon. It is like a cheat code. And he told Alicent before he left, the war is for the dragons now. It will be decided by them. And currently, there is no dragon overwatch for him, as Aemond is in King's Landing with Vhagar. Criston is marching towards Harrenhal as well to meet with the Riverlords and Daemon. Daemon has a dragon. He knows if Aemond does not arrive, they stand no chance of defeating Daemon, so he fully expects to die here. In the next shot, we see Daemon's dragon, Caraxes, and we see 2 dragons flying overhead. I know Rhaenyra and Daemon meet back up, so I would assume one of these dragons is Syrax with her on it. From this shot, we see the Tully Banners, who are at Harrenhal, and we see a yellow dragon. So that is Syrax, and Rhaenyra is meeting up with her husband, Daemon. From this shot, the dragon closest to us looks like Sea Smoke to me. It has that grayish color to it and is way too small to be Silverwing, so it seems Adam is riding with Rhaenyra to meet up with Daemon. In the next shot, we see the Blacks eating dinner. Each of the people sitting at the table are dragon riders. We will go over all of them again, from left to right. Baela rides Moondancer, Hugh rides Vermithor, Ulf rides Silverwing, Adam rides Sea Smoke, Jace rides Vermax, and Rhaenyra rides Syrax. Rhaenyra is talking to the group and she says, "I have entrusted you with a power only few have known. We must strike while we have the advantage." So Rhaenyra is briefing the newcomers. Most likely some of them don't know exactly what is happening in the war, the alliances and the dragons each side has, so Rhaenyra is just giving them a rundown and what their plans are. Because as she says, they do have the advantage. They have 6 dragon riders there and Daemon, so they actually have 7. They need to press their advantage. Rhaenyra does not want to make the same mistake twice. You could say it's the reason Rhaenys died, because Rhaenyra was too passive. Now she wants to be aggressive. In the next shot, we see Alan wearing full armor, riding out to his ship. Corlys made Alan his first mate, so I expect him and Corlys will be heading out to sea to help with the blockade they have on King's Landing. In the next shot, we see Lyris Strong speaking with Aegon. He says, the Prince Regent, which is Aemond, is angry. There is no telling what he will do. So Aemond was not happy seeing a dragon flying over King's Landing, and he was certainly not happy seeing that the Blacks have 3 more dragon riders now. Aemond knows he's at a disadvantage, so he's kind of desperate. And when you are desperate, mistakes happen. Lyris knows this, and he knows Aemond will not listen to him because he does not trust him. So he needs Aegon to get out of the bed and retake control. Lyris does not want Aemond to do something stupid or reckless that could hurt the war effort. Aegon, for his faults, does listen to his small council. In the next shot, we see Aemond with his mother Alicent and his sister Helaena. Alicent yells at Aemond, saying, "You wish to rule the 7 kingdoms, but you reign ruin and death." Aemond looks very upset listening to his mother say this. So Alicent is saying that Aemond might be a great warrior and dragon rider, but he does not understand that there is more to ruling than that. He's not thinking with a level head right now. He's thinking with his emotions, which can lead to mistakes. The war kind of started because Aemond let his emotions get the best of him when he saw Lucerys. So Alicent is trying to talk him out of whatever he has planned, but will he listen? I doubt it. In the next shot, we are at Harrenhal with Daemon. We see that Lord Broom has arrived as Rhaenyra instructed. He tells Daemon, "While you have mustered up an army, Rhaenyra has faltered." So Broom does not know about Rhaenyra getting 3 new dragon riders. He is just going off the info he had. But up to that point, yes, Rhaenyra was not doing so hot. And Lord Broom was letting her know about it. So I would not be shocked to see Lord Broom being like, "Hey, maybe you, Daemon, should be the one to sit the throne instead of Rhaenyra. Like, she ain't made for this." This whole season for Daemon was basically letting go of this notion of becoming king. In the last episode, he has a vision of Viserys, and Viserys asks him, "Do you still want to be king? It is a burden that weighs you down." So I will think Daemon will refuse Lord Broom's offer and then have him chained and let Rhaenyra, when she gets there, decide what his fate will be. We're now with Aemond and Helaena. Aemond says to her, "Pretenders raise new riders against us. I need you to fly with Dreamfire to battle." Dreamfire is Helena's dragon, which I do not believe we have seen yet in the show. Aemond knows he needs more dragon riders, and Helaena is the only option he has right now until his brother Daemon gets there on Targaryen. But Dreamfire is actually a pretty good sized dragon, as big as Craxy's, Daemon's dragon. I hope she goes to battle. I would be fine with this change, to be honest, because she is barely in the season. I would like to see her do some stuff. But I don't think it will happen. I'm pretty sure the scene of Alicent yelling at Aemond happens right after this. So Aemond probably gets mad at Helaena for not wanting to fight. So he yells at her, and Alicent yells at Aemond, protecting her daughter. In the next shot, we get a good close-up of Vhagar and her pearly whites. And we see Aemond on top of her, overlooking a burning seat or city, something like that. We hear Aemond say, "We will answer outrage with outrage." I've looked all over. I have no idea what seat or what town this is. I would assume it's a black ally, of course. Aemond could have done this on his way back from Dragonstone after following Silverwing. This was kind of his way of releasing some anger. This could explain why Larys thinks Aemond is unhinged at the moment, burning a random town. Even if it was a black ally, he never gave them a chance to surrender. It could also explain why Alicent called out her son in that earlier clip. We get some quick shots here, another shot of the Starks crossing the Twins. We see the High Towers marching again as well. We see Adam of Hall in full armor, so things are about to go down. At least we know Adam will be flying into some dangerous territory if he is armored up. We see a fleet of ships sailing out. I can't tell the sigil, to be honest. It almost looks like there are 6 sigils on the sail. Could this be sellswords, perhaps from Essos? Aemond did seem like he wanted more fighting men, but they also would be there to break up the Velaryons' blockade, which is hurting the small folk of King's Landing, which caused the riots in episode 6. In this shot, we see Tywin Lannister speaking with the Triarchy. Aemond also wanted to make an alliance with them to help break the Velaryon blockade. He assumed the Triarchy would want revenge on Corlys, since he waged war with them twice. Tywin is getting to know them and their customs. Seems like they enjoy a bit of mud wrestling. All in good fun, of course. I don't know how much fun Tywin is having, but everyone else seems to be enjoying themselves. In the next shot, we see Rhaena running around the Vale. There's a wild dragon at the Vale, a rather large one. Rhaena has had no luck in claiming any of the Targaryen dragons, so she will try her luck with a wild one. In the next shot, we see Corlys also in full armor, so he is heading out to his boat and is expecting a battle on the sea, I imagine. In this shot, we see Daemon giving a speech to the Riverlords who have declared for the Blacks. They are all kneeling to him, swearing fealty to Rhaenyra. Daemon says, "For every one of us who falls, 100 of them. There will be no mercy." So for Daemon to give a speech like this, he must know that Criston Cole is marching on them, and they have to be somewhat close. He's rallying his troops for war. I do not believe we will get to see any fights, though, next episode. I think it will just be a setup for Season 3, teasing it. In the last shot, we see Gwaine Hightower pull out his sword and point it at Sir Criston Cole. Sir Criston Cole is telling everyone they're going to die, as we saw early in the trailer. Not exactly good for morale. So Gwaine is putting a stop to this. Maybe he's trying to take command from Sir Criston. Gwaine would rather not die here, and he thinks Criston is unsuited to lead at the moment. And that is it for the trailer. What did you think of it? Leave it down in the comments below. And if you want more House of the Dragon content, please subscribe and like the video. Check out the Twitter link in the description below. And as always, have an awesome day.